Yo, SojuTalk Nation! On this week's episode, we'll be covering Fuego releases from STAYC, BtoB for You, AKMU, Momoland, and aespa. We'll also be cooking up some spicy news coverage, including K-pop and technology, and big hit bonanza. So prepare your body, turn up the volume because we coming in hot. Hit me with that intro. Hey, what's up everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 113, and we're recording on Tuesday. November 17th, 2020. I'm Doug, and joining me today we got Warren.
Tuesday.
And Anita.
Hello.
Oh, god damn it.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. So we got a bunch of things to talk about before we even start. So Tuesday, right?
Tuesday. That's
Right.
my name now.
We made the decision to record on Tuesday because we normally record on Monday nights. We made the decision at like 3 p.m., like only a couple hours before we're supposed to record. The main reason we're doing it is because next week, well, this current week on Friday, BTS is coming back, and we wanted to separate them from aespa, who debuted today, because they're two big topics. We wanted to separate them, so that's why you're getting that. Hopefully, this is out tomorrow on Wednesday, which is the normal release day. If not, sorry.
Sorry.
That's all we got to say. But in terms of the big announcements, first of all, we have a big shout out to our new Fiesta patron, Pris. Woo! She asked me to do the train whistle, so that is for you, Pris. I'll do it one more time. There you go. The second announcement is, if you're watching this on the day this comes out, November 18th, which is a Wednesday, it is Anita's birthday. So happy birthday to Anita.
Yeah. Thank you.
But
Well, technically, she was born at night, near the 19th. So, like,
Yeah, but still,
If you're
it still
listening-
counts. The 18th.
yeah.
you know, regardless of when you're listening to this, wish Anita a happy birthday in the comment section or in the SojuTalk Talk channel. Boom. All right, but we are now at part 1 of SojuTalk, episode 113, where we discuss big new releases, choose a spicy song king, and hit you with the music show winners. Let's get it. All right, big releases this week. We got a lot of big releases. There's 5 of them.
Oh, man.
We were originally going to cover 4 songs. We had to drop Natty to make room for the ones that came out today.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
apologize to Natty, and if you're a Natty
Check
fan,
them out, though.
we sorry. But the releases we are covering today. The first one, November 12th, Thursday, we have the debut of STAYC with So Bad. November 16th, Monday, which was yesterday, we have BtoB's For You unit debut with Show Your Love and AKMU's Happening. And then today, on November 17th, Tuesday, we have Momoland with Ready or Not and the massive debut of aespa with Black Mamba. But let's start at the top with STAYC and their debut with So Bad. So they are from High Up Entertainment, and obviously this is their debut, so they have no music show wins, no last songs. High Up Entertainment, their agency, was established in 2017 under CJENM. In 2018, Black Eyed Pilsung, who was the co-founder with CJENM of this company, they purchased all of CJENM's stake in the company and they became their own thing. So this is not related to CJ. It's literally just Black Eyed Pilsung's company at this point. If you're wondering who Black Eyed Pilsung is, they are a producer duo. They're massive in the K-pop game, specifically on girl group songs. They have produced songs such as Sistar's Touch My Body, Miss A's Only You, Twice's Like Uahage, Cheer Up, TT, Likey, and Fancy.
Oh my god, look at that lineup.
And then also A-Pink's I'm So Sick, and Dum Dum.
Wow.
Wow.
What a catalog of songs. Jesus.
So STAYC's So Bad, it reached 17th on Bugs, right?
Wow.
Which means they are the first 2020 female rookie group to enter Genie's real-time chart as well, and also on Bugs, and they debuted in the top 20. I don't know about the Genie thing. I think it was actually only Bugs, so I think that's the actual thing. But
Wow. Okay.
let's now talk about STAYC's debut with So Bad.
Oh.
You know, opposite to the name of this song, this song was so good, I thought. I didn't know where my expectations were with this one because, you know, I expected a lot. Black Eyed Pilsung, clearly they know how to create female K-pop songs, right? Their track record is ridiculous. They're like at the top of the producing game for girl groups, I would say. And I was like, all right, I trust that they're going to do a good song, right? And they formed the company with CJ at the beginning, but now they're their own thing, which means that the company was decently funded, right? For sure.
Yeah.
Black Eyed Pilsen probably has a lot of money because of all their producing credits. So I was like,
I hope so. Yeah.
I'm hoping this is pretty good. This exceeded all of my expectations, though. I thought this was really good from them.
Nice.
What about you guys?
I think for me, I knew the name Black Eyed Pilsen. I knew like their stuff. I saw the teaser for this right before the actual MV dropped, and I felt like, it's not like 100% what they've done before, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm guessing they're gonna want to create like a specific sound for this group, and what I'm getting is like a little bit of a retro sound, but I can't place it quite yet. Like the sound's modern, but also not. There's some bits of the instrumental that I feel like, maybe I could have heard this like maybe 10 years ago, something. Yeah, so I feel like it's very interesting how they're meshing it up and creating something different. Maybe a whole different sound, and they're gonna push that with this group, but I'm enjoying it. I think it's interesting what they're doing, and they know what they're doing, so it's a good debut for sure.
I mean, if you kind of go back a little bit to the retro thing, right? That's I see that as their take on the current like retro trend, right? Like the genre is a mix between synthwave, which we saw earlier with Twice and what's Larida Everglow a while back.
Yeah.
And the other half of the genre mix here is drum and bass. Do you know what that is, Douglas?
I do a little bit, I think.
Yeah, you've played Need for Shift, you know?
Yeah.
You've played those racing games, you know?
Yes. That in the background.
You know, that thing, like, this whole genre is like a whole genre of electronic music that hasn't been, like, brought into the K-pop sphere in a long time. And partially, it was something that was left behind, like, 2005 or so.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I can see that.
Every Japanese racing game, you put on the intro, and it's always there. It's like that thing. That being said, I was very impressed. I was very blown out of the water. Black Eyed Pilsen. I'm obviously a fan of their production because they are what brought me back into K-pop to begin with.
Oh yeah.
But also because I think each member has a very distinct vocal style, right?
I love the vocals in this group.
Bro,
I love the vocals.
Yo, deep female vocals.
Jay.
Oh,
I believe that's one of the rappers, right? Jay.
There's two girls, Jay and
Yes.
Sumin are the two vocalists with the deep voice. You know how much we like Yugi from G-Idol and her deeper voice?
Yeah.
These girls are doing the same thing. They might even be deeper voices, yo.
I was really surprised when I found out she was the youngest of the group, because like when you think of youngest, right, like you're thinking about like the youngest, you know, like put them in my pocket kind of deal. But like here she's out with her like.
So I looked it up while you guys were talking at the beginning. So they debuted 17th on Bugs, right? And then they debuted 51 on Genie. So they did make 2 charts. So that's pretty cool. So that's doing
nice.
kind of crazy, pretty well.
Yeah.
Some other things I want to point out. So their center, well, at least the girl who sang a lot of the chorus, her name is Yoon. She's the one with the really long pigtail thing during the chorus at a certain point, and she had the
one
blue
with the
hair.
bangs.
Yeah, the bangs, right? That girl is 2004, dude.
Jeez.
Oh man.
She's really good too, right? Like I was like, this girl hard carrying this. And there's another girl in this. Her name is Sheehan. Her dad is a famous singer named Park Namjong.
Yeah.
How famous was he in Korea, Warren?
He was one of the biggest hit stars of the late 80s in Korea. You see like people like Izugun and Kang Ho-dong like do imitate like impressions of him all the time in varieties. Like if you've seen like people do this kind of dance.
Oh yeah.
La 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 la, that thing like that look him up. He's a wonderful legend.
And I think another one of the girls, I don't remember which one in the group, she was an actress, but she's like, I want to be an idol now. So she just wanted to be an idol.
I think
it's her.
Oh, that's her? Okay. I'm just making sure.
Sheehan.
Overall, impressive. The dancing was good.
Yeah.
The song is really catchy. Out of all of the songs, obviously, some of them came out Monday and Tuesday, right? This one's been out the longest.
Right.
I've listened to this one the most Now, I don't know if it's the best out of the 5 songs we're covering today, but it's the song that your boy Doug has listened to the most out of these ones. I'm even debating, do I stan STAYC or not? I'm literally debating this right now.
I will say I've also listened to them quite a bit. Not gonna lie, their vocal tones are their voice tones are very addictive.
Yeah, the production.
Yeah,
okay, here's the thing. I don't know if I'm really I'm super into STAYC at the moment, but I'm really into anything Black Eyed Peas drops. So that's a huge component in this, and I'm just interested to see because with this kind of group now, that production team is going to be. They're only going to give them good songs or what they think are good songs, which puts them in a better position than a lot of other groups, right? And this is a not obviously Hype Entertainment. This is their first group ever, I believe, right? They're a small company, and yet they're able to produce something this good right off the bat that is pointing at a really bright future for them, I would say.
Right. I mean, but at the end of the day, obviously K-pop is a multimedia industry. Like, you got music videos, you got variety, you got drama, you got everything that comes on top of music. But this goes back to what I've always been saying, the music needs to be good. In order for them to be a sellable product. And here I'm I don't honestly doesn't need much for me to be interested. Good music, I'm in. Let's bounce. Ride the car. Vroom vroom. Let's do it.
Yeah, I honestly though this really exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to everything, STAYC. Wait, one more thing. Anita, you said you wanted me to listen to a B track, right?
Yes. So the group is promoting a B-side called Like This, and they also released a performance video after they reached 5 million views on So Bad. So watch either the live performance or the performance video, but when I say the retro vibes, I meant 100% in this song because it's 2009 girl group. The chorus is so good. I feel like I prefer this maybe a little bit more than So Bad, but it's just a little bit slower. Pop R. What do I call it? It's that sound that you hear, pop R&B. Shiny used to do this a lot too when they debuted, where it was an R&B backdrop to it. I don't know. Check it out. I think you might be able to tell what I mean.
For a second, I thought it said Pop-Tarts. I was
no, not
Pop-Tarts. Yeah, they're doing that Pop-Tart music. Lego, throw it in the toaster. Boom, they're on fire. All right. Let's move on to the next song. So, November 16th, Monday, we have 2 songs, but the first one we're going to cover is BtoB For You, which is their unit debut, and they released the song Show Your Love. So they are from Cube. BtoB debuted back in 2012. Their last 3 songs were Beautiful Pain, Only One For Me, and Missing You. 15 music show wins so far, so this is obviously a subunit, right? So it's Eunkwang, Minhyuk, Chansup, and Penel. These are the only 4 that are not in the military right now. So the other 3 guys, Hyungshik, Ilhoon, and Sungjae are all in the military. So this is what is remaining of BtoB at the moment.
Okay.
I'm kind of happy that they're giving them more because a lot of groups, once guys start going in the military, they take a really long hiatus until majority of the guys are back. So I'm happy that they're doing a unit thing. For me, I thought that it was a very professional song. I thought that the vocals were the strong suit from Chansup and Eunkwang specifically because I think they're really good vocalists. Overall, though, I felt that the song was a little seasonally weird for the fall. It gave me more of summer tones, I thought. I don't know.
The production style feels like tropical house.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which we haven't talked about on this podcast in a long time. Partially because it's been a dead fad. I don't know why they're doing it again.
Interesting choice.
Interesting. Yeah, I would say it's a little dated of a decision. Lots of the production choices and the melodies are kind of overused, but I think. Yeah, you should probably speak, Anita. I'm feeling a little spicy today.
Well, yeah, I agree. I feel like the sound was a little off because I feel like it. Well, depending on where you are, but right now in the U.S., it feels more like it doesn't fit the season. a little too summery maybe, but I focused more on the music video because I thought it was really cool how they did like movie references for each member.
I have the references. So
Yes.
Changsup, it was a movie called Days of Being Wild. Eunkwang the movie was called Killing Your Darlings. Minhyuk was Romeo and Juliet, the modern one with like Leo DiCaprio in it. And then Pinel was a movie called Train Spotting. So those are the
Yes.
4 movie references.
Yes. I know.
And while I was watching it, there was obviously like 4 distinct storylines. And before I knew there were movie references, I thought that Chansup's was kind of like a love-hate relationship or a one-sided relationship, those kind of vibes. That's the one at the beginning where the girl's like, I want to be with you. And he's like, meh. Right? So that's that one.
Meh.
And then the another one was Minhyuk. I thought that was most obviously, like, I instantly thought Romeo and Juliet, especially with the fish tank scene. And then she's dead at the end. I thought that was really obvious. Pinel, I initially wrote something like angsty, an unfulfilled life type of vibe going on with him. Turns out that movie, Train Spotting, is about drug addiction and living in poverty I think it's in Scotland or something like that.
Yeah.
So I thought that kind of made sense on what they were showing him. And then Eunkwang's I thought was the most interesting. So I liked how there was LGBT representation in this music video.
Subtly, I think.
Subtly.
Very subtle, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but I was down for that. I thought that was cool that they wanted to do that. Anita, do you have more to say about the music itself, though?
I think musically, I know what BtoB is good at. I feel like their strong suit has always been their vocals and like their ballads, I think. But it's nice that they go back to a more poppy, more dancey type of sound here and there, because that is what they started off with. So I don't know. I think it's good that they are trying different things and not just sticking to like one sound, the ballad sound. But I agree about the tropical house vibe maybe feeling a little bit out of place.
Oi, Spice King, you looking over there?
Yes, that's me.
I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
You gonna drop some spice about this song a little bit more?
I mean, do you want more spice?
I mean, you were saying some spicy things earlier before we recorded about this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much positive things to say about the track.
I just remember something about the production too, which might explain the sound. So I was looking at credits, and one of the people that worked on it was Eden. And if you are familiar with 80s, then you would know that he has worked with a lot of 80s sound. And now that I think about it, Wave has that tropical house vibe. And I feel like, okay, that kind of makes sense if that was like a remnant of that going into this song.
You know what Wave has, though, that Show Me Your Love doesn't have? Hakuna Matata ya, everyone.
Right. Yeah, so it's a little, maybe it makes sense in that way, but still a little out of place in my opinion.
I'm looking at the credits, right? It's Lee Myung-sik, who's also, I believe, in the military right now.
Yeah.
And then Eden and Lee Myung-sik has done most of the composing and writing. Arranged is with Lee Myung-sik, Eden, and Peniel and Minhyuk as well. Lots of people involved, 3 of which are members of the group. Which makes me a little concerned about myself because I pooped all over them earlier. Hello, BtoB fans, please do not be angry at me. But it also makes me wonder what kind of direction they wanted to take this in. Because that's where I'm ultimately confused. Because they took this very summary production direction and then gave it a very sad melody in minor. And if that is, if you want to do that, go for it. Maybe it can be pulled off. I don't think it was fully pulled off here. So I'm left with these questions not really answered anywhere. However, I will agree the music video was kind of cool.
Okay, let's move on to a song that I know Warren liked. So this is AKMU's Happening. So they are from YG. They debuted in August of 2014. Last 3 songs were How Can I Love the Heartbreak, You're the Only One, You're the One I Love, Dinosaur, and Last Goodbye, 11 Music Show wins so far. Let's let Warren start off with this one, because I know he has a lot to say about this one.
Song of the year.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Here it is, boys and girls. This is a perfect track. This is the rediscovery of Chanyeok. This is the rediscovery of Suhyun. They've broken their traditional roles and they've done more.
True. Yeah.
The song itself is perfect. There's like the moment you hear the guitars and people like the whoos on top of it, dude. Like I'm melting away. I'm like experiencing breakup again. Like I'm like, did you like you know like, dude, like you know what I'm talking about. You hear that come out and you're like, emotionally you're like, oh.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Look, it was a great song. I like. There's like nothing. Why don't you guys also speak?
I agree.
Yo, Anita, you go first. I
agree.
ain't following that. God.
I agree that what I think I like most about their songs and like their melodies, their lyrics is how it can be very clever, but without having to say too much. And I think the perfect example was on the play on words that you see on the billboard in the music video, and kind of explains the lyric of you're just my happening, of the play on words on happy ending, right? And how the letters are turned off for some of the letters are turned off on the billboard so that it spells happening. And it's like, that's just like the cherry on top, because it all ties in together, like the lyrics, the song, the music video, and I thought like that's just perfect. I think they really pulled that off so well. So yeah, definitely one of my favorite songs so far that they've released as of late. Yes.
You know, Chanhyuk did really well on this.
Yes, of course.
Obviously,
yeah.
he made the song. Also, go check out Suhyun's Alien, because he also produced that one too,
Yes,
which is a really
yes.
different song. Go check that one out too. But Chanhyuk is obviously not the most inherently vocally talented person ever, right? I think he'd be the first one to tell you that. He maximizes what he has, though, to the full extent possible. And I think that is really evident in this song. Like,
Right.
he uses his instrument as best as he like physically possibly can, and it's really cool.
My thoughts about singing in general is that it's one thing if you're a good singer, right? Like
Yeah.
if they're like reaching high notes really quickly, that's really cool. Oh no, but when I'm listening to music, I want to feel emotions. You know, like
yes.
when I go to sleep at night, I'm a dead robot. I want to feel my emotions. You know, like there's so much emotions in his voice, even though it's not like the most skillfully ept. And what's perfect about it is the moment I'm like, okay, the moment where I'm like, okay, maybe I had enough of this. Sujeon comes in
Yeah.
and she changes it up, and it's like such a short segment because it's a single verse. She has to herself, but it's like the perfect amount for me for the song to get a fresh kind of flow of emotions into just injected, just direct injection, just like right up my bloodstream. It's like you know, like
You know when like you see someone or someone comes, like you're at a college and like a guest lecturer comes, or you're at some kind of event that a hobby you do, and you see someone and you're like, I'm watching a genius work. That's the feeling I get when I watch AKMU. Out of Chanyeok, like the production and what he does, and then Suhyun's vocal quality, the clarity of her vocals is ridiculous. It's so crystal clear, right? Like, God, her vocals are nuts. You know, I thought that this song really felt like the fall. Well, I felt the fall vibes really strong in this one.
Yes.
I also thought like the storyline I was getting, it might not be what they were going for. Was like, for me, how I interpreted it was more like I kind of got like, you're looking back at like some relationship you're in, right? Or some situation you're in. And you're like thinking like, oh, if only I could be back in that moment, right? If I could do this or change stuff up and have things differently. But then at a certain point you realize like, it is what it is. That's what happened, right?
It wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be, or like that's just how things played out, so I should learn to accept it. That's kind of the vibes I got from the music video specifically. I thought the scenes were cool where they were like flipping between the reality and what's
The
not
editing,
reality.
man.
I thought that was cool when he was like hugging the
Yeah.
skeleton at one point. I was like, okay, skeletons in the closet, like literally, like figuratively. I mean, like those type of vibes. Overall, I like this direction from AKMU. Like, because
Yes.
How Can I Love the Heartbreak? You're the One I Love was like literally just a ballad, right? It was a ballad essentially. Dinosaur was more electronic, right? And then if we think of their older stuff, 200%, they're covering like
love that
a
song.
wide range spectrum of music. Every time they come back, it's something extremely different. I think that's really cool and really unique from AKMU.
And the really exciting part is every time they come back, it's something different, but it's also something so perfectly good and so perfectly them, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah, very unique to them.
right. They're covering so many genres, so many different styles, but they have like they do have a very unique character, and the way they're writing. Well, Tanyeok is writing melodies is very him, and it's incredible. It's like seeing history happen. Like you're seeing this musical person come together, and this is
You,
like
you know what's the crazy thing is? He's only 24. He already went to the military and came back, right?
Oh yeah, I
And
forgot.
she is only 21 years old, dude.
They're so young.
They're so young. It's nuts. Obviously AKMU has an extremely bright future in probably whatever they want to do. I could personally see Chanhyuk eventually being the CEO of some like his own company and
he
producing
better.
music
Ooh,
at
Better
some
let-
point
better
down the
let
line,
him
like
down.
10 years.
producing for others.
Yeah, because he's super talented.
Please
Overall,
don't
though,
get into any scandals. Don't drink drive or don't. Do
overall though, extremely good song. But let's move on to the next one. So November 17th, Tuesday today. The first one is Momoland's Ready or Not. So they are from MLD Entertainment. They debuted in 2016. Their last three songs were Thumbs Up, I'm So Hot, and Bam. 11 music show wins so far. So they're coming back again. I believe in the previous comeback, it was right after Yanu and Taya left, right? They did Thumbs Up, and now
Right.
Daisy left in between Thumbs Up and now Ready or Not. So they're down one more person. Overall for me, I'm not the biggest fan of this song, but I do think that Momoland, too many
Right.
M's. Momoland is heading in the right musical direction with this one. I think that their music had gotten really stale and gimmicky, to be honest, previously. And I think finally they're heading in a different direction. Ever since Boom Boom, I thought that they were doing sort of the same song over and over again.
Yeah, trying to
Yeah.
recreate something.
And this is the first one where I feel like they're finally shifting, which I think is a good thing.
It's like getting like French fries from McDonald's at 2 a.m. You know, like and like when you're in high school, you do that very often. I hope I'm not the only one that did that with my friends. Obviously, I did it with my friends. I didn't totally. The thing is, this feels like something in line for them, but also feels like a good amount of change. Again, we're hitting the saxophone synth drop, you know, like that thing going on, and that's like
right?
it's definitely something I hear from them, and at this point, it's their identity. But it also feels like, okay, this is a little more refined. This is a little more something that fits 2020, the current times, a little bit. Does feel very bubblegummy though, you know, like
It felt bubblegummy, and for me, I just felt like there wasn't a ton of depth in the song. You know, like I just feel like it didn't take me all that many places. You know, that was my
Yeah.
overall feeling. But I didn't hate it. I thought it was alright though. What about you, Anita?
Yeah, no, I feel like I agree with that. It does feel like a slight shift. And for this song in particular, I feel like it felt like they were not pushing a specific thing so much. I think in their previous title tracks,
Just
they were
like a
trying to either,
gimmick. Like,
right, like either the choreo or like a lyric or something, right? And I feel like for this, it felt more natural. It didn't feel too much of that pressure for the audience, the viewer. And I don't know, I think it was nice. It felt very happy and also a bit summery. I don't know if that's a combination of the visuals and the sound, but the one thing that really took me off and kind of bothered me throughout the whole music video was the lighting. I don't know what it was about.
the filter.
Yeah,
Anita.
something about the filter, the choice that they made visually. it made it harder for me to like distinguish them and like their styling stuff like from the background. It felt like it blended
Alright.
too much.
Guys,
I
don't
don't
clip
know.
this out of context. That was the whitest music video I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, no, but I get what you mean. It's
No.
like a
It was desaturated.
It was
Right,
so
yes, that's the
desaturated
word.
that I was like, and my computer screens are extremely bright.
Yeah.
That's just how
Yeah.
I roll.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so bright. I was like, God damn.
yeah.
And then
I
you know
agree.
the worst part about it is at a certain point towards the like 75% through the song, they switched the filter to a normal one, and I was just like, and they flipped back, and I was like, go back to that other one we got going on, a little bit more of that. It was so desaturated, it was crazy. I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
I don't know.
At one point, their skin color matches the wall color.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
I don't know who the member was, but she had blonde hair.
Well,
It
no,
might
it's
have
not
been
one person, Anita. It's a whole
Nancy.
bunch of them. Like you just
Yeah, I think,
you just
yeah, a
see
couple of
blonde
them.
hair and red hair just floating around midair. That's what you see. With like
Yeah, that's what made it difficult for me. Like just visually, it felt a little distracting because I was trying to focus on the actual person, but the how it blended in with the background was kind of hard. And I also feel like the choreo, like yes, I know that they're not pushing that like, gimmicky, I guess, move or like the one key part of the choreo that they're trying to make memorable. But I also feel like for the sound that they were going for, I kind of wished the choreo matched a little bit more, like in terms of energy. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like they could have done a little bit more choreo wise. I don't know. I think that's another thing for me.
see, because that actually is very interesting that you bring that up because Momoland has a bit of a dilemma right now, right? Like Momoland's biggest fan base isn't teens, isn't people in their 20s. It's like people, adults who enjoy trot. And the kind of bongsak music that kind of fits where their previous recent stuff like Thumbs Up and Bam and So Hot that fits into that mix very easily. So for them, this feels like a step away from that. Now,
That's an interesting way to think about that,
right?
yeah.
Now, the concern I would have if I was Momoland is one, I can keep doing stuff that they would like, or I need to change my route a little bit because good luck going to doing concerts right now. Good luck
Yeah.
going to the peer picking festival down in the South right now, where you people come and they're like, "Oh, can you perform for this much money?" Like that's how they make money for Momoland.
Yeah.
They can't do that right now. So for me, this sounds like okay, they need a reason to shift. They're trying to shift. Problem is, it's a big risky move because their entire fan base is gonna fall apart if they try to do that too much. This feels like a middle ground move to satisfy both areas. My question is, can they do that? Because their dance choreo, like you mentioned, Anita, it was forgettable for you. It was forgettable for people who enjoy, the double
It's a
thumbs
little
up thing.
forgettable for me to the point where I can't specifically really remember it. Right?
I remember like one part. I just feel like energy wise, or maybe it felt a little bit slower.
No, I
compared
can.
to the song. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like they're in a really weird position with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like members dropping off like flies, technically.
Oh.
A weird pigeonhole that was successful though. But at the end of the day, they're originally a K-pop group, right? So it's just a really odd situation to be in.
It's the dilemma of having a huge hit. Because
Yeah,
you got to
for
follow
sure.
that up, but you don't want to pigeonhole yourself in. It's the same problem that I had, just on a different scale and with different people.
True. Yeah.
Overall, though, personally, I thought it was a pretty good song. Go check out Momoland's Ready or Not. All right, let's move on to the big release. The reason we are recording on a Tuesday, and we're gonna have a quick turnaround time in the editing and the upload, and we're gonna probably lose some sleep over it tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
aespa's
aespa.
debut with Black Mamba. Shout out to
Black
Kobe Bryant.
Mamba.
So aespa is from SM Entertainment. This is their debut, obviously. aespa consists of 4 members: Karina, Giselle, Winter, and Ning Ning. Their fan club name is Mai. I don't know.
M.Y.
My. We don't know if
My
they're
guy.
if you're one of their fans, if you're a Mize or
Well,
a Mai.
true.
We'll
A
figure that out
Mai.
eventually, guys. But
Yeah.
in terms of the song Black Mamba, I think that it was a sufficient good debut from a top tier company girl group. That's my initial take, right? My bigger issue is that my expectations for what I was going to experience were so... I wouldn't say my expectations were so high. I was just expecting a lot of stuff because of how hard they pushed this AI thing and the technology down our throats for the past couple of weeks. I was expecting some crazy groundbreaking stuff. We didn't get that, which isn't the girls' fault, obviously, right? I thought the song itself was good, but I was just expecting something like ridiculous to happen, right? What about you guys? Initial impressions?
Yeah, I feel like initially, maybe because they were pushing a lot of like concept and tech as innovation, stuff like that.
Industrial revolution.
Yeah.
AR, XR,
I guess I
VR.
kind of did not expect the vocals to be so good. So I feel like for me, impressive vocals for the group as a debut. I thought they definitely showed off their potential because they're so young. They're so young. So definitely for me, first impression, very impressive vocals.
So the two vocals that stood out to me, specifically Ning Ning and Winter, I thought were really good at singing.
Yeah.
Boom.
I agree. Very, very good. As far as the sound, I don't think it's the most memorable debut ever, but I felt overall that this music video, this song, the lyrics, everything that they were promoting with this was like a setup for their concept, their background story. It almost feels like it could be like a pre-release, you know, because it's kind of showing you a little bit.
It did feel like a hype video. I have more questions than answers after watching this.
Yeah. So it's kind of like teasing a lot of stuff visually and in the song as well, like references to their concept and like the universe that the AI
how did we feel about them self-referencing their concept in the lyrics? Like, I wasn't the biggest fan of that, I'm gonna be honest. When they mentioned sync and they mentioned like my aespa and stuff like that, I thought that was a little heavy-handed, personally. How about you show, not tell? That was the thing I was trying to...
I can see that too.
Yeah.
Warren, what were your like initial... keep going, Ania.
I don't know. I was just gonna say that because they did that so heavy-handedly in the lyrics, it felt like it's just very much like background stuff for their next releases, for their following up of this. So it almost feels like a pre-release where we're just getting a little bit of information and like a taste of what they're gonna do.
Okay, well, I
yeah.
mean, see, that's a problem.
Oh,
This is a first track, not zeroth. This isn't
That's
the pre-release. This is a release. This is their debut. This is the one. This is my first impression of them. And their entire concept, which relies on this VR, AR, XR, fourth industrial revolution, high tech, high speed. That if
nanotechnology, they mentioned that.
Nanotechnology, fingerprint sensors, M1 Apple. If that is your whole thing, it can't be just the lyrics. It can't be. I'm sorry. Like, if that is your musical identity, it needs to be portrayed better in their music, in their music video, in other things. And I didn't get any of that. It honestly felt like a very generic EDM trap track I got like 2 or 3 years ago. It felt like a music video I've seen before. There were some cool shots, I'm not gonna lie, though, when the cameras were moving around while they're like doing the choruses and they're like crawling on the not crawling on the floor, but like
the leg thing. Yes.
Can we talk about that real quick? Can we talk about that?
That was really cool.
The most notable choreography was the on all fours kind of sway into the leg thing, right, Anita?
Yes,
that's like the question I had, I don't have an answer to this yet, is how is this going to look on a music show when there's a fixed camera angle that's not specifically tailored for the move? Because if you watch the move performed in the music video, almost every time they pan to their left, our right, So they
Right,
have a
yeah,
cool
yeah.
angle of them doing that, and their head looks at the camera, and then it comes back and they do the leg thing. So it looks really cool, right?
True.
You know how I like watching choreography music videos? I'm wondering what that's gonna look like on a choreo video when it's a fixed
Yeah.
angle. Is it gonna look
That's-
weird? I don't really know.
Gotta
Overall,
look at the
though,
live
Maybe they're gonna do
stages.
one of those like 360s again, like camera 360s. Like,
overall though, that's a really innovative move. It's a cool move, right, Anita?
high.
I thought it was
We
a
are.
really good move. I think I mentioned this before we started recording, but yes, I think the usage of the camera angle makes it even better because you get
More
a different
dramatic.
perspective.
Very
Yeah, more dramatic. I also felt it was a bit close.
Anita
the shot
told
that they
me
get-
she felt before the recording that she felt a little uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, okay.
You know,
the thing is-
Anita's like a really wholesome vanilla person, and she was like they were kind of close.
well,
Think of it as hugs, you know, like
I mean, they were okay. They're on all fours and they were hella close. Let's be straight up here, everyone.
well,
at
the
home.
thing that I thought was a little uncomfortable from like a viewer perspective, maybe not everyone, but just for me, was that their outfits, the styling, right? I don't think like yes, they did have like what would you call it? Like their outfits were making sure like they were appropriate, right? And that they weren't too revealing because they were doing this choreography. But it still feels like maybe the camera angle shouldn't be in that way. But I don't know. Maybe it'll be different during live stages. I think I am really interested to see.
You're just speaking from
the
a
live
concerned Ani perspective,
yes,
right?
yes, they're young.
That's true. Overall, some things. Oh, go Warren. You got a point?
no, I just want to be clear. I thought the camera moving around was really cool. I didn't think about
The implications of the shot.
Yeah, I understand.
being up and personal. I didn't really think about it. I was like, oh, camera moving
Alright.
left, camera moving right. That's pretty cool. Just want to put that out there.
Some things I noticed. Obviously, Karina is the focus of this group, right? She was
The
in
Model
the
Center.
lion's share of the screen time. Visuals were really good there, obviously, right? She's really pretty. I wasn't super impressed with her specific pre-trailer, her sync video. I didn't think the choreography was that great in that. I think she totally redeemed herself in the music video because I thought she did really well. Lots of stage presence there. Ning Ning and Winter, as I said, great vocals. I'm going to need to see a little bit more from Giselle rap, but obviously the song didn't have a ton of rap for her to show off, so I want to see a little
Yeah.
bit more from her. Can we talk about that one section, right?
The scary section.
There's a
What?
model actress named Jang Yoon-ju who
Oh yeah, Jang Yoon-ju.
she appeared in the snake portion, right?
I was
And then
so scared.
what I was
One
thinking to
point
myself,
five.
they had that breakdown after Karina's eyes went all weird, right?
That's
And
when I
was-
got scared. Yes.
And then we heard some parcel tongue, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, can we get my boy Harry Potter out here to translate this
Yeah.
for me?" Like, I was like, "You're a wizard, Karina." Apparently, I was trying to figure out what they were saying. I was very intrigued, and you know, I'm going to say it here. I thought maybe the double downing on that snake royal concept might have been even cooler than what we got.
oh.
It reminded me a little of G Idol's Lion, that kind of royal
okay.
vibe going on, and plus the darkness thing, and like it felt like some corruption was going on. I thought that was kind of cool, that concept. We didn't get a lot of that though. In terms of the use of the AIs, that's my big thing. Like, where the hell were the AIs at, right? Like,
Yeah, I thought this was an 8-person group.
like we got a little bit, right? We got it in the window. We got one punch from Ikrina, I believe,
Yeah.
and something like that. And I think one other girl's avatar sort of appeared. But for me, I was like, can we at least get the avatars to dance with them in the third chorus or something, right? Or
Yeah.
that I thought that was what my main disappointment is. We didn't see more with the avatars, specifically because in all the teaser images and the pre-release stuff, that was like half of the focus was on that. I thought.
Right. That's
Yeah,
what
I think
everyone
they're
talked about.
still teasing it. Is what it. That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
feel like, I guess yes, it's not a good thing to have to make it feel like it's a pre-release or like a how should I say it, like a background story type of video.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it feels like. And so maybe because I am taking it as that, I feel like, okay, I'm even more interested for whatever
for
they're
sure.
gonna come
At
up
least
with
for
next.
I agree with that. Warren doesn't agree though.
No, I don't know why you're lowering your expectations for no apparent reason. There's no substance here. Like the substance became a gimmick in their lyrics.
So I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, like they're like if you look at the music video by itself, there's like it's a generic trap video with like some generic.
I guess
visuals,
what Warren
like,
basically is trying to say is if you didn't see any of the pre-debut stuff and you just saw this music video, you would think it's kind of just the generic K-pop video, right?
Yeah, and that's where I'm thinking. That's where it gives off the impression that like this whole like IE character, 4 members, virtual thing that just becomes an entire gimmick because there's nothing. That points to that. Like it's supposed to be a part of their identity, something that puts them aside to make them unique. It's completely absent.
So one thing they did point at was clearly SM is pushing the SM cultural universe. That's what they're calling it, not me. With the ending shot of Boa, right? Because if we think about it, aespa was teased at the end of Super M, right? And now we're getting Boa at the end of aespa.
Well, actually, I was thinking about it, and there was a shot in the music video of aespa where they're like someone is in a subway or train, right? And then it like glitches and it turns into like a field where there's like flowers and like butterflies or something like that. And that was actually teased at the end of, I want to say it was Make a Wish NCT.
Okay.
NCT yes. And so I feel like what they're doing now with
they're connecting things like Marvel.
Yes, they're connecting by ending, but not with everything though, because Timon's idea did not have anything connecting it. So it's like interesting what they're picking and choosing from, but yeah.
So from what I understand, I did a little bit of research, but I could be wrong about this. SM Cultural Universe is going to be like the big umbrella that ties a lot of their content together, right? And then I think Sync is specifically the aespa world with the AIs are at.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out where does Sync fit in the SM Cultural Universe. I'm here getting string ready to tie things up on my wall to make connections. I'm gonna get my tinfoil hat out soon, like Da Vinci Code this up maybe. I'm debating trying to do something like that.
Bring out your fan
I
theories,
think
man.
it's cool. It gives something to, I think, get into for fans.
Here's my problem though with this though. That what they're doing. At least we don't have enough info for it. But if they want me, they're gonna have to do stuff in between the releases. Because if I'm meant to wait like 5 months before we get the next bit of the aespa development in terms of the bigger story, I'm going to not be as excited obviously in 5 months, right? So I feel that they have an issue where they're gonna have to keep giving us like little snacks along the way in order to keep me interested in the whole AI thing or the universe they got going on. Now, maybe they'll do that with other releases, but at the same time, it's like if I'm not the biggest NCT fan or if I'm not the biggest Bo fan and I'm here for aespa, I'm only getting content once in a while. So I wonder what they're going to try to do to bridge that.
I mean, if you think about Marvel, you only got a couple movies per year.
But I think that the attention span of K-pop is shorter than the attention span of Marvel because in K-pop there's a lot of things and in Marvel there's only one Marvel.
So just like me, you're also criticizing their business strategies.
I'm not criticizing it yet. I'm just interested to see how they'll solve that problem.
Okay. We'll see what happens there.
Overall, though, I thought for a K-pop song, interesting debut. I thought it was pretty good. Clearly, the kids are really good.
Yes.
I'm personally excited. Anita's personally excited. Warren's just whelmed, I think. So, we'll
underwhelmed, maybe?
Yeah, I don't like this. Sorry.
Oh. All right, straight up. But other releases, there were a ton of them. Like, I'm just going to go through them. So, Junsu released Pitapat. Elast released Tears of Chaos. Haseong-eun released Forbidden Island. Jamie, Apollo 11 featuring J Park. Really good song. Go check that one out. Lucy released Snooze. I also like that one. Natty's Teddy Bear. I think it's better than her solo debut. TXT released a B-side MV called We Lost the Summer. Max, also known as Changmin, released All That Love, which is an SM Station song.
Changmin's Max now?
He was originally Max.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's his like
I had no clue.
nickname.
You know how like Jaejung was Hero? They had like
Yeah.
these alter ego names. Drippin released the B-side MV called Shine. It's really good, that one. I'm a big Drippin fan. CM Blue finally came back after like 4 years with Then Now Forever, and then Woods released Bump Bump.
Bump, bump.
All right. We're at Spice King now. I think it's going to be contentious this week. So Spice King is a segment where each week the crew will decide which song reigns supreme. So the Soju chart, which consists of 3 songs, will be evaluated in terms of song quality, spice, and listener fatigue. Songs that place number 1 on the Soju chart will be declared this week's Spice King. Hall of Spice is not really in play this week, so we ain't going to talk about it, but Twice did achieve Hall of Spice last week, so they are not eligible for this week's chart for episode 113.
Yep.
New candidates for this week are STAYC, So Bad, BtoB For You, Show Your Love, AKMU's Happening, Momoland, Ready or Not, and aespa's Black Mamba. Okay.
Okay. I mean, okay.
Do you want me to go first? I got jokes.
Yes, Doug.
Okay.
All right. You know, Donnie might have MAGA, right? But here at SojuTalk, we have Mago 2020.
Oh my
Make
goodness.
Anita gain opinions. Mago 2020.
What the heck?
All
How long did it take for you to think of that? How long did it take?
Don't worry about it. All right. Your boy Doug. You know what I want? I want G Friends Mago first place this week. Boom.
Oh.
Second place,
Okay.
I want AKMU's Happening. And in
All
third
right.
place, I want STAYC's debut with So Bad.
Wow.
That is my top 3 for this week.
Dang.
Let me be very
What
clear.
about you, Warren?
Let me be very clear. I think I know there was a lot of discussion around Mago and G-Friend last week. And I did rank them at 3rd last week. I did. I think after that it fell off really quickly for me. I think the magic of the song lasted about a week, and I think I'm ready to move on. That being said, I'm just saying I placed it on my ranking last week, so I'm just saying. That being said, I think it's, if you paid attention to the show so far, I'm gonna put AKMU on first.
Right.
Ooh.
I just can't. I just can't. I have to. So Bad by STAYC. I still have to give it to them. I think they're really good. For second, third, I could actually be swayed a little bit here.
All right. All right.
So I'm split between Taemin's Ideya
Okay. All
and
right.
Momoland's Ready or Not.
Really?
Wow. Okay. Did not expect that.
Did not expect that.
Yeah, I mean, what you gonna do, right? What you gonna do when I come for you? What you gonna do, huh? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Anita? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Anita,
am
that
I
means
gonna
talk. Anita, talk.
You're right. Well, something I noticed and that I saw coming is that TXT Blue Hour is not in your list anymore. And
It wasn't for like 2 weeks, Anita.
No, okay. Can I justify it? I really like that
Okay.
song, right?
So do I.
We are in week 4 of that song.
Exactly. I know. I think.
I don't remember the song at all. I'm so sorry.
That's my I think it's a good song. It's been hovering second or third for the last 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
It's week 4, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know. So I will be the bigger person and not.
No, Anita,
for
do
it
what you
anymore.
want.
No, do what you
Do
want.
what you
Don't
want.
be the bigger person. What do you,
Anita, do what
what
you
is
want.
this
Be
BS?
I
Be
think
selfish.
I
Don't
am
be
glad-
kind. Don't be nice to others. What's wrong with you?
I'm glad that it had the run that it did. It was number 1. It still is probably the one song that I've been listening to a lot, probably for the rest of the month. But I want to give a shout to the other candidates. For me, I've been listening a lot to. So I won't say the order, but 3 that I've been listening to a lot is Taemin,
Okay.
Idea.
Mhm.
Especially because of the choreo. I've been watching a lot of the live performances. Very, very cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
it was
Yeah,
really good,
and I've been listening to STAYC quite a bit.
Okay.
Not I mean, not always so bad because, like I mentioned, I really like their B-side called "Like This." So check it out if you are interested because it's that retro sound that I think is really cool. So I'm really interested in them. So I've been listening to that, the live stages.
Anita.
So
So you said you've been listening to Taemin, STAYC, and what was
Correct.
the third one?
Yeah, what is the third one? Make
Not
the
in
right
third
choice,
place,
Anita.
but what is the third song you've been listening to?
Not necessarily third.
Third
Is it
song.
third, Anita?
yeah.
Oh wait,
No.
No, she's not going in order. She's not going in order.
Okay. Oof.
No, not in order, but see, I feel bad about what happened with G-Friend.
Anita,
My goodness!
I do. Because honestly, I love the music video. I love the styling. I think one of my favorites so far of the last couple of releases. But I feel a little torn because I do want to give a shot to AKMU's Happening because I think it's a really good song. So for third place, I think,
Wait, did you say third place?
or for the third song, right?
Third in the group.
Third
of
in the group.
songs. Yes, that are not in order.
I mean, Warren didn't even pick his third yet, so like,
Yeah, you were
That's true.
between
That's true.
Timon and
Momoland.
Momoland. Correct.
Surprising.
Um,
So Anita, do you have a clear first place though?
yes,
Okay, what's your first place song?
Timon, Idea.
Okay, Taemin.
Wow.
Idea.
Okay.
Yeah, and
What is your second place?
I guess
We're
it
having
is
a
in order
difficult
then.
week today.
STAYC would be second because I think that is
Wow.
the one that I've been listening
you guys
to
are
the
both
most.
putting STAYC above AKMU?
No, I didn't. I put AKMU second and STAYC third.
Oh, thank you, sir. I enjoy your tastes.
Yeah.
I think your tastes are very tasteful, Douglas. Thank you.
Anita, I'm going to tell you, you should put AKMU third. Let's just say that.
Is this how it works out best for you?
Let's just say there's two songs that are tied in first place right now, and I don't feel comfortable giving one of them first place, honestly.
Then-
I think it makes more sense if you
Okay.
put AKMU in third, to be honest.
I would agree.
I mean, wait,
Yeah.
sorry. What was the other option between AKMU and?
I was between G-Friends, Mago, and AKMU's Happening. But yeah.
I will say.
Do you want me to tell you what the results are tentatively
Okay.
before
Yes,
Anita
yes,
gives third
what-
place?
Okay.
And
What
before
could
Warren gives a
possibly
third
be
place, if the two of you only give two places, right?
Uh-huh.
AKMU and STAYC are tied at 5 points for first place, right?
Whoa.
And second place is a two-way tie between G-Friend and Taemin, and that's all we got in our chart right now.
Huh.
Here's what I'll say. About Mago. Just like the song title of AKMU, last week already happened.
Oh man.
Oh,
Last week was
Warren.
if
my
we wanted
God,
to make
Warren.
that decision, last week was the time. I don't think this week is the
Wow.
right time.
oh man.
Time flies by. It does not wait for people like me and
Time
people
waits
like
for
you.
no
Well,
one.
let's put it this way. Both of you can affect like this entire process if you just give me your third places.
Taemin on third.
All right, Taemin on third for Warren. Anita, what is your third place?
Oh man.
Happening.
Anita, you actually have to give us an answer though.
I know. I'm okay. I'm sorry, G-Friend. It was my bad. But I'm gonna give it to AKMU.
All
Still a
right.
great song. Still a great song, Mago.
we-
Go listen to it.
Okay, if that's the case, right? What ends up happening is AKMU comes in first place with 6 points. STAYC comes in second place with 5 points. And Taemin comes in third place with 4 points. And a runner-up for fourth, like, G-Friend ends up with 3 points, so they come in fourth and not on the chart.
You will,
Oh,
you will
dear.
look up my notes.
dear.
It's exactly what I wrote for today. AKMU, STAYC, and Taemin. I win. It is my victory. Booyah! I haven't had this in a while. Whoa.
Oh, am I gonna regret this?
All right, so the Soju chart for episode 113, set in stone now. First place, we have AKMU's Happening, so shout out to AKMU. Let's
AKMU, go AKMU!
Second place, we have the debut of STAYC with So Bad. That is really good from them to get
Go
second.
STAYC!
And in third place, we have Taemin with Idea, or what? How else do we say it in Korean? Idea. So that's the way we say it in Korean.
Go Taemin, let's go.
But so the Spice King for this week, shout out to AKMU. Y'all did a great job this week. But we are now as show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
All right, so on the show on Tuesday and on Show Champion on Wednesday, Monster X's Love Killer had 2 consecutive wins, so big congrats to them.
Wow. Congrats.
Then on Thursday on M Countdown, TWICE's I Can't Stop Me had its 6th win. Then on the following Friday on Music Bank and Saturday on Show Music Core, BTS's Dynamite had its 22nd and 23rd win.
Okay, here's some background info about that. Show Music Core, that's their 10th week in a row winning that, right?
Yes,
Man.
yep.
Wow, 10 weeks.
And
Amazing.
Dynamite at 23 wins is a new record for any song released in the 2000s. So, over the past 20 years,
Wow.
that is first place. Now surpassing Boy With Love, which I believe had 21 wins. But the songs with the most music show wins of all time. The first one is Shin Seung-hoon, Invisible Love in 1992 had 31 wins.
Great song.
So Taeji and the Boys, I Know in 1992 as well, had 25 wins.
Yes.
And then we have BTS's Boy With Love with 21 wins. Dynamite. Oh, no. Now we have Dynamite with 23 wins. Boy With Love with 21 wins. And Gangnam Style with 20 wins. So that's your top 5 of all time.
You have to realize
goodness.
they have 2 songs, 2 artists. So
Yeah.
they're on there twice in the 5.
Title tracks.
I know.
Did you just forget how to speak?
Yeah, I was. That's how impressed I was. Like,
All right, but Anita, give us the results from Inkigayo and then the show again because it's Tuesday today.
Yes, so on Sunday on Inkigayo, TWICE had another win for I Can't Stop Me, so they're up to 7 total wins so far. Then on Tuesday, on the show, G-Friend's Mago had his first win, so big congrats to them.
congrats.
At least they could win somewhere, y'all.
Yes,
God,
I'm
yeah,
so glad
yeah.
they did.
I'm
But
sure. I'm sure they're realistically gonna win a lot of awards. Let's be real.
You sure? But we are now at the end of
I
part 1
hope.
of Soju Talk episode 113. If you are listening to the audio version, sit tight. And if you are on YouTube, head over to the episode 113 part 2 video. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.